Well, I am disappointing my parents profoundly because I have not chosen yet to have kids. And every time I go home, my dad slips me brochures for freezing my eggs. I'm like, Dad, I'm an actor in LA. I can barely afford the ones I've refrigerated. It's been so weird to watch my parents' expectations for me change since I hit my 30s. Like, when I was a teenager, if I had gotten pregnant, that would have been the biggest disappointment to them. Now that I'm in my 30s, the fact that I'm not pregnant is the biggest disappointment to them. Like, guys, I'm a stand-up comedian living in LA. There's so many better reasons to be disappointed. They want babies so badly. Like, my stepmom, the problem is I'm not sure how badly she wants grandchildren from me. We went for a walk last time I was home and we saw the neighbors come out of their door with a stroller, and she looks at me and goes, "When are you going to give me one of those?" I was like, "I don't know, Barb. Maybe when they're not watching theirs very closely." I just keep disappointing them. I feel like my parents watch my life the way they watch a losing football game. They're just like, do it, do it, do it, ah! I knew we should have traded her. I disappoint my stepmom every time I come home and try to be a good guest. I go to put my sheets in the wash, strip the bed. She goes, "Don't bother. It's not like you had sex in them." Because of course when I bring my boyfriend home, having them around really puts me in the mood. I'm a much better guest now. I go to leave, I'm like, "Bye, thanks for having us." "Oh, you know what? Gonna pop the sheets in the wash because they're covered in gallons of cum." I hope none of you are having clam chowder tonight. Okay. And the silly thing is, my stepsister already gave them a grandchild, and it's not enough. This kid he screams so loud in my ear, it makes me so grateful for birth control. I've never in my life been more grateful for condoms than my last trip home. I had 2 in my suitcase, I used them as earplugs. It was like 100% effective. But I just don't think I'm even good with kids. Some women have the gene, I don't. I was trying to help set up baby John's high chair and struggling, and Barb walks by and casually goes, "You're hopeless." Which is why her nickname is Barb. It's short for hurtful comment. And my parents are getting older. I'm trying not to start fights because I realize I don't have that many visits home left with them, so I stop myself from getting mad. I just told myself, "Maxi, it's okay. She'll be dead soon." All my girlfriends are getting into IVF, trying fertility treatments to be able to have babies, and they all complain about the same thing, that the timing of the ovulation requires them to schedule sex. They're like, "Maxi, I have to have sex when I don't feel like it." I'm like, "And?" That seems pretty, suck it up. That seems pretty normal. Honestly, I appreciate science, but I am not that impressed by the makers of the female birth control pill, because for me, every time I've been on the pill, it's only been effective because it makes me gain so much weight, I don't want to have sex anymore. I'm like, I feel fat, I don't feel like having sex. Good move, guys. What are you going to invent next? The Oreo? But now I respect why it's so hard to find the elusive male birth control, because so far in clinical trials, nothing seems to be effective in making men not want to have sex. Except maybe gradual poisoning. I'm like, I was trying to cook you dinner! I don't get it. You guys seen the movie Phantom Thread? Daniel Day-Lewis gets slowly poisoned. He loves it. Turns him on. It's a real kink. He does it. It's hot. I do it. It's a crime. I think that's kink shaming. Oh, you can't yuck my yum, but you can yuck my chicken piccata? It's fair. He's vegetarian. He probably should yuck it. You guys seem kinky. I don't know if you can tell by looking at me, I'm kind of vanilla. I am not into much besides Timberlands. For him and me, his and hers. I'm like, let's role play as a lumberjack and a construction worker. You pick. But the only thing that's ever really turned me on is when a guy would suggest a movie. Like Netflix and chill. We know what's going to happen next. And I'm like, only if I get to pick the movie. So all during college, I would make the guys I hooked up with watch the movie Teeth. If you don't know, or you're not giggling, Teeth is a movie about a woman with teeth in her vagina that bites off men's dicks. And we would get to the end of the movie going into the hookup portion and boom, suddenly he's not that into it. You would look at me like I'm the creep, he's like, you are way too excited. I'm like, yeah, I'm excited. I just invented the male birth control. Yes! I am a scientist after all. No, I've learned that the only thing that really gets me going, my main kink, I don't have one. My favorite lube is enthusiasm. And if my boyfriend wants to sleep with me after 10 p.m. on a weeknight, I'm like, ooh, sorry honey, I am all out of lube. People assume I'm kinky because I grew up a horse girl. Any horse girls up here in Valencia? I never like to tell guys that. I messed up one time and he goes, ooh, horse girl. Are you calling her out for being into horses? Or for being too into horses?
Yeah, it's a crazy movie.
I'm sure that's the case. I'm very confident you're right in your diagnosis. I don't like men having the expectation because I'm a horse girl and people instantly think weird. They think kinky. There's one guy I bring home and he goes, ooh, ride me like one of your horses. Ugh. Okay. So I grabbed a stick and I beat the shit out of him. It's very satisfying to me when my boyfriend doesn't want to be touched. I found out recently by accidentally touching his butthole that he's not so sure that I won't do it again. And it's been really funny to watch him be so torn when I offer something nice like a full body massage. I'm like, honey, do you want me to rub your back? He's like, yay, no. You guys have been lots of fun. I'm Maxi Witrak. Have a good night.